went to go make some coffee this morning and realized I was all out of regular coffee. All I had left was this instant stuff. But I figured I'm not picky. That'll work for me. I carefully measured out 2 big spoonfuls of coffee, and then I poured in the water and let it soak through the ground coffee beans and the filter. Now I've got some good hot coffee in my cup. But what happened to my coffee grounds? They've disappeared completely. I think it may be time for some experiments. Let's see what happens when I mix this substance, a liquid, with this substance, a solid. I only need a small amount of this substance for my experiment. I don't fill the whole spoon, just a little bit at the tip. What do you think will happen? It looks like our solid has fallen to the bottom. It must be more dense or heavier than our liquid. What could I do to help combine these two substances? I could stir. What's happened to our substances? I can't see the solid anymore, but the liquid is now all cloudy. Let's leave it for a few minutes and see if anything else happens. Hey, now it's gone clear. The solid substance has disappeared. These two substances liked each other so much, they joined up and are working together as a liquid. Now let's try mixing that same kind of liquid substance with a different solid substance. Again, I don't need a lot. I want to get the same amount of the second solid substance that I had of the first solid substance. Here goes. It fell to the bottom, just like before. Now, observe what happens when I mix it up. Watch carefully. What's happening to the solid substance? It seems to have spread all throughout the liquid. And look, again it went from cloudy to clear. The only sign of the solid is the slight color in the liquid now. These two substances liked each other so much that they became one. We combined this solid substance with a liquid substance, and this solid substance with the same liquid substance, and in both cases, the solid and liquid substance liked each other so much that they became one and are working together as a liquid. For some scientific investigations, you need expensive equipment and a proper laboratory. But many scientific discoveries have been made using ordinary household materials. The experiments we'll be doing here, they don't require any fancy equipment, although test tubes like these are pretty easy to get a hold of. I bought these at the Dollar Tree. Guess how much they cost? $1! But to try out most of the experiments I'll be showing you, you just need a few simple things that you can probably find in your kitchen. You'll need a tray of some kind, just to contain the mess. If you don't have test tubes, you can use ordinary cups, like these. It's best if you have 2 cups that are the same, so that when you mix 2 different substances in them, you know the only thing changing are the substances themselves, not the containers they're going in. I also like to use cups that have white on the inside, or are mostly clear, like these ones, so you can see what's happening inside. To scoop your substances, I like to use 2 identical measuring spoons. That way, I know exactly how much I'm adding. But you can use ordinary teaspoons as well. Just remember that you don't usually need to fill the whole spoon. A small amount goes a long way. For stirring, glass stirring rods are best, but ordinary chopsticks I find work just fine. And the substances we used in this experiment? You can probably find those in your kitchen as well. We used ordinary table salt and brown sugar. The liquid substance was just ordinary water. Just remember, scientists are careful. Scientists are precise. And scientists have respect for their environment and the people around them. So we always need to check with a responsible adult to make sure that the materials we're using are okay, that nothing we're doing is unsafe and could hurt us, and that we always clean up after ourselves. Dispose of your substances when you're done with them, but always check with an adult to make sure it's okay to pour them down the sink or put them in the trash. Some chemicals need to be disposed of more carefully. Do you think all substances like each other so much that they become one when they're combined? We'll need to do more experiments to find out. We have a lot more lessons at Guidepost with activities that you can do at home or school. You can try out one of my favorites right here in the video description before moving on to the next lesson in this playlist.